Gotcha. You see that little light there, brothers? You see, it's like a little flash. Dimly, dimly. You see that? 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 See that? Like a little white line, like a dot. You see that? Go back there. Let's hold on. Go back here. Then we go here. You see that dot? You see that dot? Look how it's more concentrated when my phone's out. Concentrated. Yes. Now, I've done a lesson like this before, and we're going to explain to you what that is, right? Which I've told you before. And this is just for edification. And please don't talk nothing about, oh, that's snitching. No, it's not snitching, bro. It's not snitching. So that what you just saw there is known as what I've told you before. That's a neuro monitoring device. I don't know if the other neighbors are privy to it, but that's what's being used on them as well. It can be used on them to manipulate, I've told you, your brain waves, and to cause what you would call synthetic diseases. And a synthetic disease is a disease that you don't even have. It's man-made. It's a synthetic sickness. And with that type of device, guess what they can also do? They can broadcast. Where a monitoring device is witchcraft, they can broadcast it. Then they have witches, right, and warlocks that are broadcasting, I don't know, your foot, or your leg, or your head, and they will try to do witchcraft. Remember, it's monitoring. So they're watching when you pray, when you don't pray, when you go to bed, when you wake up, when you go for dinner. It's a monitoring device. Okay. And with that device, you have something called EEC headphones. EEC headphones are white headphones. These headphones can be linked in with you as EEC headphones. So they're picking up on brain patterns and what you're thinking. That's what they're picking up on, right? Brain patterns, all them things there. Okay. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Finally. So that's what they're picking up on. Like, these videos is done for your edification. So what you just saw there, what you saw the little flashing, right? And the reason why it was flashing bright, I've told you. We'll show you an example. We're going to bring up the scriptures first. This is Psalm 64. We're going to show you something. Check this out. Let's bring up the scriptures. This is why King David wrote this. Hear my voice, O Yahweh Shai, in my meditation. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret plot of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity. So the wicked, the secret, there's a council of the wicked that plot, and workers of iniquity who sharpen their tongue like a sword, to bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right, they may shoot in secret at the blameless. Suddenly did they shoot at him and fear not. So this example, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They talk of laying snares privily, secretly. They say, who shall see them? They devise iniquities. We have perfected a shrewd scheme. Both the inward thought and every one, and the heart is deep. But the Heavenly Father shall shoot at them with an arrow. And the arrow that the Lord's going to use, it ain't going to be no neural monitoring device. Suddenly should they be wounded, and he shall make their own to stumble over their own tongue. So this type of device, this ain't nothing new. A neural monitoring device is another form of witchcraft. It's another form of what you call astral projection. It can see through walls, apparently. I don't know, I haven't got one. I don't need one. Why would I want one? These things, can they be used for good? There's a lot of things can be used for good, but then say if you give it to a pervert, say if you give a neural monitoring device to a pervert, he's going to be doing all types of stuff with that. So, example, when you saw my phone record it, what happened? It beamed, it flashed. So Why it flashed like that? Because it's picking up on magnetic waves. It's pulling. So this phone, if I have it on, it pulls up on this phone. It pulls up on it. And therefore it's emitting bits of radiation. Okay. So another example. Let me show you this. I'll show you inside my house. I'm not scared. I'll show you inside my house. I got example, a plug. Let's put this on. You see this right here? Let me turn this on quickly. Show you how this works. Show you a little bit of how this thing works. Okay. We'll teach you some knowledge. I just put this on right now, right? So because I put this on, the individual that has that device, guess what's going to happen? It will pull up on this. It's hitting whatever's turned on, whatever's live, it's emitting, it's hitting me. So therefore, what is it causing? Little bits of radiation. This is how they're able to lie and say you have some type of illness or sickness. This is how they're able to pull off things like this, you know. This is how they're able to also traffic. Oh, what? What's wrong? He's got a failed organ. What? What happened to his organs? What? His limbs, his liver? Are you sure? Well, how did that happen? For these things here, bro. This is why you have to know about this type of technology. Most people are flipping ignorant to it. Let me turn this off because I'm saving electricity, by the way. Turn that back off. Right? And let me draw a picture. I want to draw a picture quickly. We draw a picture quickly. Where's a pencil? Have I got a pencil? Hold on. Can't find my pencil right now. I'm so glad. This one, I'm glad I done a course on electric because I find it very interesting and most people don't even know nothing about frequencies. You're flipping ignorant and they don't care. So I've got a pen. I ain't got a pencil. Let me show you something. This is how this thing works. This is how they're able to mess you up. You put this on bright, right? A little bit of piece of paper here. Gonna quickly draw this, right? So let's do a circle. Mhm. Little circle here, right? And this is how EMF works. So let me show you this. Show you how it does like this. And look at the lines carefully. The lines I'm doing. So this is the structure of the EMF. It goes in a circle, gridded circle. And the lines would be, this would be like the current as well. Right? The EMF, it travels in circles. So when they're emitting whatever they're emitting, this is what it's doing. Okay. Now you have unnatural EMFs and you have natural EMF. Okay. This is what your gang stalkers are using. Now, the Neuro monitoring device, let me show you. Give you an example. Let me just draw this. Hold on just a minute. Um, what's a good example? Let me draw it. All right, do a little box here, like a box, right? Do a little circle here. Say this is the Neuro monitoring device, all right? Okay, and let me draw like a house. A house. Quick thing. This is gonna be a quick thing. Draw a little house thing. Little house and yeah, windows or whatever here. It's not the best copy. I'm just rough, right? So this is the EMF positions. I should really do it like in a house. They do a little box around it, box, and it's turned on. I'm gonna do the line right here. You see the line? And this line, this is what it does. It goes directly where to that house, hits that window, or right through the walls to the edge. But what is it connecting to? Because it has to connect to something. It's connecting to any appliance. Are you listening? So let's say you got What's an example? What's an example? Fridge. Let's draw a fridge quickly. Fridge. Say this is the fridge. It's gonna go directly to that fridge, right? Now, say if you have a TV, TV. Just doing rough copies of this TV. Say this is your TV right here, right? Very rough copy. So don't watch the drawing. Or my better drawing is this is TV. This means what's it gonna do? It's still gonna be hitting the fridge, but it's also gonna be hitting the TV. So the light and the power of it is gonna be less power because now it's hitting two things, but it's still hitting both of them at the same time. So it's gonna be flashing. How do I know? Because I've seen these. Bro, this ain't my first rodeo. I've seen people that have this. So about 30 minutes down the road, somebody else has got another one. Now, a lot of people say these are military type weapons, right? They well may be. Okay, well may be. Right? But why aren't these type of people getting arrested? Because they could be part of law enforcement. Right? But anyways, that's what it does. It hits right here. And then what is this let off? Let's do some lines. Draw some lines here. Draw some lines there. This is what it's doing. And the lines would be the radiation that's bouncing off it. It's emitting. Same here. Some more lines. Some more lines. And these lines act as a circle. So that's what it's doing. And any other appliance, it doesn't matter. Any appliances you have, if there's a live switch on, right, it's hitting that switch. Anything that's on is hitting. And let's go to the human body now. Interesting one. Because I'm sure you're gonna know about this. Let's do a little stick man. Stick man. Well, your hair. Guess what? This is a human body right here, Baba Kashar. Now, your body. What does your body have? It has electric. I told you that already. From your spine and your heart. Your heart has the most electric, and your brain. So, guess what? It's also hitting as well. I'm sorry to tell you. You as well. You might feel a little bit lethargic. Your breath might be a bit short because it's hitting you. Now for the brothers, don't panic. What I want you to do is you got to put up them prayers, man. And even if you need to, even put up curses as well. But I'm more of a prayer man. That's why you need to pray. Because you can't say you believe in God the most high, but then you're scared of these type of things here. Right? Now, what's the reasons one may use this? Because you don't have anyone around you like that, do you? You've cut off a lot of people. So at the end of the day, it's narcissists that you get people that get jealous, that get nosy, and they want to look into your life and they want to do witchcraft or send you bad energy and so forth. Because that's another part of it. It's emitting energy. That's why I say whatever you're eating, you gotta eat good food as well because it's phew, if you're not, it's gonna take its toll on you. So this is what's being used against people that call themselves targeted individuals, but it's not just being used on them, it's being used on public as well. And this device can be used for bio-human trafficking. Don't tell me it can't, because it can easily, very easily. And it can be shared around as well on a program because it's connected to a software program. Okay? Oh yeah. Whether it says head, knees, toes, eyes. Okay? So this is another way that people can bio hack you, try to. Not me, you know why? Because I resist this type of stuff. I don't give into it. And that's why I say be careful as well when you're indoors. Now, I'm not going to tell you to be overcautious, but your thoughts, not all your thoughts are your thoughts. So this thing is also trying to connect with your subconscious. Your what do you call it? I forgot what they call it now. What's the part where you're processing your thoughts? Is it called your cortinel? Your cortinel or whatever they call it. So if they were to use this on you, they would target either your the back of your neck or your head or your spine because that's where the main thought process is. tend to be. Okay, so now you can see how this thing works. It's not difficult, is it? And some would say it's for experimental use. That's bull crap. Don't let anyone tell you that. Of course they say that rubbish. Oh yeah, we just wanna experiment on your son or your daughter. No, it's not for that. They could also try to use this to try to discredit you. Okay? To try to discredit you. These people are fucking wicked. But I'm gonna try not to swear. Just keep it scriptural. Pray to the Lord. He sees what's going on. Right? This ain't about snitching or being a rat. It's about bringing awareness because 90% of the people don't even know in their area or wherever you got people that have these devices and they can see you when you're getting dressed. Have you got a daughter? Have you got a son? They can see when your daughter and your son's getting dressed. Have you got a wife? They can see when you're sleeping with your wife, right? So you have to be mindful of these things, man. Mindful. I've seen about in my lifetime. I've seen 3 of these devices so far. All right. When I was living in Croydon, same thing I saw. Some would say, "Well, who has it?" Your military have things like this, right? It's this. These are military type weapons. Okay, so what's the average individual doing getting his hands on something like this? Huh? Huh? It could be used. It could be used for and it could be used for good as well. It could be used for good, but there's people that are evil. So let me show you something. Um, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Hold on, I'm just trying to think. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear the noise? I don't know if you'd be able to hear it with this phone. I'll put it to the wall. I'll put it to the wall. If you can hear it, you can hear it. If you can't, you can't. I'll quickly put it to the wall. And that was a 720 mark. I don't. If you can hear it, you can. If you can't, you can't. It makes a little fuzzing noise. Fuzzing. So that fuzzing is just where it's hitting the electronics, basically. That's why it's causing that fuzz. Okay, that's why it's hitting. All right, well, this is where it's hitting whatever device, smart meter, fridge, light, TV. It's hitting that. It's pinging off it, right, and so forth. Remember, this. We're talking about EMF. Sometimes some call it ELF. We're talking about EMF here. We're talking about neural monitoring. So just be cautious when your thoughts, what you're thinking about, they are trying to map your thoughts. They are trying to live your life. They are trying to clone you, right? That's why when you see these trucks coming in and out of these buildings, that's what they're seeking to do. And this is a network. Some call it what's the other thing called? It's called Skynet. It's similar to Skynet. These are programs. These are software programs. All right? Okay, software programs. And it's based on your thoughts, reactions, emotions. That's why I say, don't be scared. So, say if you're scared, say if one of these things you know is there and it's been directed into your house, what happens when you get scared? That's getting measured. Well, that's getting measured, that response. And let me show you that. Remember, it's linked to let's go into that. So, this device here, right? This neural monitoring. Now it's linked to a computer. The computer could be in a few flats down the road or next door. This the computer now. All right. Let's edge this up like a laptop type. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Let's say this is. Oh, this is a terrible version. Hold on. Say this is the laptop. Right. This is like a laptop now. Laptop, and it's linked to RAM. So the software would be on this software. All right. This is a software program, and apparently, I know a bit. This will have your bio. It has your body on it. Apparently, it will have your body on it. And this is where the higher level witchcraft will come into play, right? Um, it will say on this software, it says torture at the top of it. It says torture, at the top of it, and the rest of it will say like arm, leg, head, feet, knee. It will say that, or it will say make. Listen, it has certain. It's a software program. You can get these things, right? It's not hard. And what was I going to go into again? That's it. It's also broadcasting. So, example, say if you were feeling angry, this is what it would do. Let me show you the lines. It's like you feel angry, spike. Angry again, spike. Low down, angry again, spike. Angry again, spike. This is how it's able to predict. It goes up, but it has to be a predictive pattern. So they will send people your way that are under mind control to do things to you to see what the reaction is going to be. And if there's anger, low, then spike, then spike, then spike. This is how they're able to give this send certain messages to your gang stalkers and tell them to do certain things. Because it's based off what's the word? What would they call it? Triggering. So you could say these levels right here, these could act as triggers. Okay. Another example. Say if you're happy, right? It will have another spike. Happy, longer spike, then boom. Longer spike, calm, then happy, spike, boom. Longer spike. Happy or calm, then happy, spike, boom. That's how they're able to pick up if you're happy. These are software programs. Okay? That's why it's interesting to get into this type of stuff as well. Software program and all that type of stuff. Yeah, okay? Is there anything else? So we've covered this is the neural monitoring device. Um the person there, the fridge, wait, this is the fridge, right? The fridge, the house. What else? What was this? What was this? I forgot what was this? The TV. The TV. And it's grabbing on all of those. Anything that's electric is grabbing on. And sadly to say, it is emitting radiation. So they want to they want to harm you, obviously, because why else would somebody be doing that? Why else would they be doing it? So it is emitting radiation. So you may want to cover your mouth with a bandana or a wet cloth because that's going in your throat and it's also going in your face. And this is how, what's it called? It begins with a C. I forgot the name of it. These are black pieces of metal that are going into your skin and it's acting as an antenna. This is why some people are complaining about feeling pain because it's pieces of metal. I forgot the name of it now. I forgot the name. And the metal's coming from not just the neural monitoring, it's coming from when it's hitting these devices. It's emitting thin piece of what's it? That's it. Graphene. Graphene. That's it. So the graphene is like this. The graphene is like this. Say this is the graphene. So this is the graphene here. You see these marks here? That's the graphene. And that's going straight into your body. Straight in. Believe it or not. So the graphene is coming off the metal. It's coming off the devices. Little thin pieces. This is why I would advise you get some sea salt, take a shower or bath, whatever one you got, with some sea salt, and see if some black stuff comes off your body. If black stuff comes off your body, that is the graphene from these pieces of metal. That's how it's done. This is how they're able to track you. This is how they're able to read certain thoughts. Okay? I hope you're being edified here. I didn't even think I was going to do this, but you see, there's a lesson for everything. Everything. And most people are so ignorant when it comes to this type of thing. So ignorant. This is why you have to eat a lot of vegetables, greens, because it detoxes metal out of your system. Okay? They want you like a human, what's it? A human antenna. So when this graphine's in your body, you're like a human antenna, man. This is how they're able to so-called torture you, because you have metals in your system, right? You have metals in your cheek, probably in your eye, all them things there. It's this flipping technology, man. Okay. So we went to that. We pretty much touched on the main things. Now the masses, we're gonna go into the hive mind. So you have the people, or the average people, your gang stalkers. Let's do this. Your gang stalkers, and don't get it twisted. Your gang stalkers are under mind control. Let's do this. All right. These are the gang stalkers. Yeah. You ever heard of something called a node? What's it? A node, right? So the gang stalkers, these, how are they able to synchronize and all that? Check this out. These are the wires, network. So what I just done here, these were act as antennas and wires. We're all connected. They put gang stalkers there, gang stalkers here. Check this out. So yeah, gang stalkers here. We're all connected. They're under all mind control. So ping, 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 ping. This is where you get, the timing. They're all connected. They sold their soul. So don't worry about them. They're being controlled by what you call EMF, which is here. They're being controlled by that. They're just weak-minded, basically. But they've given themselves to it. So do some of these gangsters, yeah, they know. Some of them gangsters just do know, but they don't care because they sold their soul to the beast. Okay, so your gang stalkers, they're just lower level foot soldiers, right? NPCs, yeah, put NPCs in. NPCs, non-player characters that are heavily under this stuff here, the EMF, and they are 100% being controlled by this software right here. That's why you're looking at the synchronizations. You're like, how are they timing that? Because they're all connected to wires. Some call nodes, what they call it, nodes, groupthink. Well, how's the groupthink ran? It's run by a computer. Okay, computer. So they can have people coming out all at the same time, thinking the same thing. That's called mind control. Okay. Do a course. I'm advising you, brothers. You can do courses. Still go take a course for this stuff. It's interesting. Software programming and all that. It's very interesting stuff. Watch The Matrix, right? What was that? Neo, his friends. Remember when he was eating? One of them said, well, did you like the program? Yeah, I created it. Bro, it's easy. You can create programs, bro. You get the software, it don't cost much. There's ones for £40, £60. You got a laptop, you can create your own. And there's people but the dangerous thing is there's people that link other people's bio to that program. Then all of a sudden, this is where you get gang stalking, which is spiritual, but there's a what's it? An electric form of it as well. That's why people keep talking about electric harassment, because it's done by computers. You understand? AI, algorithm, processing. What? Processing what? Thoughts. Processing what? Patterns. Right? So let's also type in that. This is getting interesting now, baby. All right, man, this is being interesting. All right, so this is the software, computer. So now let me rip this off. Hold on. A phone number. Hoda Ahmed. Who gave me this number? Hold on. Okay. Only just a minute. Didn't even think I was gonna do like a lesson like this, but it's interesting. All right. Hold on just a minute. So the thing is, you're probably thinking, how are people able to meet you, right? By certain spots. Let's quickly go to Psalm 54 as well. Remember what it says? They inquire, they do a diligent search, right? So where was me? Where was me? They devise iniquities. They have perfected a shrewd scheme. These people, they done searches, research, man. So let's go back to this anyway. So you've got the store. Got the store here. The store is just this box with windows. That's the store. Just say this is the store. Okay. And what else? The car. You quickly do a car. The car. This is little makeup drawings. You got the car here. So you got a car here. You got the store. And what else? What else? What else? You got you just walking into this store. So you're walking into this store now. The car's already here, right? Already there before you get there. You're in the store, and you got more people. The gang stalkers here. Let's draw these silly ass gang stalkers. These bots. That's what I call them. All here, rushing in. 2 minutes before you get there. 2 minutes before or after. It's usually after. Sometimes it's before. Well, that's all done by groupthink. So this is you, right? You're going in, and they're all rushing in. Well, how do you think that's done? Why? Because all these idiots are connected to what? A node, something called nodes and groupthink, which is done through technology and phones. That's how it's done. It's not that they're psychic, even though, yes, psychics are a part of the program. And witches, there is a high element of witchcraft and psychics, but it's done by technology. Okay? These are people that have sold their souls. That's why we got to count it a blessing that you're still intact. You're the anomaly. You're the main character. They have to follow you around like puppy dogs. Oh yeah, and the car's already got this stuff implanted in it. So the car, he's just taking instructions by AI. You get me? You get it? Right? And their phones. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you their phones. So hold on. They got the phones as well. That's how they get in their notifications. It's like a beep beep. So sometimes you're gonna hear the phone and you might hear a beep beep. That's them getting a notification of you're next to them or you're in the area. They get notifications and then they go on their little missions. So in other words, they're being controlled. Okay. But they're not going to tell you this. So this is basically it. Okay. In the Corinthians, it also says, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, lest he should have an advantage over us. These are the devices. Should we go to Thessalonians? We might as well bring it out. I know I sound like a broken record. Let's go to Thessalonians. Bro, I know about this stuff, bro. I know a little bit. I'm not no expert, but I know a little bit. And I know frequencies can be used to manipulate the brain structure and the body as well. Okay. I do know that, but we trust in the Lord. Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. And I don't believe any technology supersedes the power of the Lord. Because if you think that, then you really need to start praying. Check this out. All right. This is why when these people try to be smart asses, they just get confounded by the words. All right. Second Thessalonians, right? And this is how they're making people stupid, right? Like retards by this technology. This is First Peter's 2. And jump straight to let's jump to this. And with his breath of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming, the coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, with all unrighteous deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right? And they keep bringing these witches. And another thing, this whole thing about voodoo, the people that are practicing voodoo, they're under what you would call mind control. They're under the neuro monitoring as well. People that do voodoo. I typed in the word voodoo already, zombie, and what did it say, right? It said one that's controlled by a remote control. So these people can be used as well, right? Because they're under remote control viewing. Okay. So it says, with all power and signs and lying wonders. So that's what's being used. Power, signs, and lying wonders. Tech. Told you, tech. This tech stuff, man. Okay. And with all unrighteous deception among those who perish because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So now you know how these people know where you are and what to do because they're told to do it on their phones by someone. Right? And for this reason, God will send them strong delusions. So they're delusional. right? But they might believe a lie, that they might be the condemned who do not believe the truth but have pleasure in unrighteousness. So they're under a form of mind control, heavy mind control, where they're doing things what they shouldn't be doing. You type in the word zombie, look up the definition, it's going to tell you. It says someone that's controlled automatedly like a robot, right? And someone that's been brought back to life via witchcraft or a spell. This technology, is spells that are being worked upon the people subconsciously. Okay? This type of stuff, what do? Rebuke it and return it right back to sender. In the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, whoever's using these things, weapons against the elect, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, return it back to his sender. Baba Kasha, Kwadash Hayasham Ka. And the Lord does the rest. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. Psalms 91, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. This is how this stuff works. That's how. But the people in power, they need energy. So another form of it is energy. Okay? That's why, excuse my language, that's why they send these fucking idiots, these witches, these warlocks, because they're under the control of this device. This is sometimes why you have people coming in, rushing, and you're like, well, what's going on here? That's what they're being controlled by. It's not their own thoughts. You know how many people are being hijacked now? I keep telling you, a lot of people you're not even speaking to real people. You're speaking to a computer program. You know that, right? So this is how it's all being done. I hope this is edifying. Okay, so I'm going to shut off here. Lord willing, this was edifying. And who knows, we might do more lessons on this particular topic because it's vast. It's vast. And they don't want you to know about this because this is how most of their power is done, through these devices. Right? So when you have a zombie, a juju, a voodoo man doing voodoo, it's also being done through neural monitoring. All right? That's why I call it voodoo, neural monitoring voodoo. Okay? And so forth. This is a lot of this stuff is cult. It's a cult. It's like a cult. Cults use this type of thing. Okay? To try to spin your mind or break your will or crack your mind. Right? But usually people's minds that are cracked are the ones that have sold out. Okay? Hope this was edifying. Go shut off here. Until the next time. Shalom.